Hey family. So I finally get to be in your playlist. Finally get to be in your playlist. So what you're hearing in the background is Yellows of Spring, which is the second song on my newest project, Key Reflections. And I'm very happy, very excited, very honored to bring this expression to you. So what do I mean by that? I'm happy to finally be in your playlist. So I've been putting out a lot of music for a while. I have literally hundreds of albums out for the backing tracks that I've been doing for years, and some original music. But as far as my own personal original music, especially in this newer season of my life, in the last, I want to say 5 to 7 years, I haven't had a project that's out on all the platforms, all the streaming platforms. And that's what I'm excited about today, because I finally get a chance to be in your playlist. Happy Monday to everybody here. And if it's not Monday when you watch this, happy whatever day it is. So I finally get to be in your playlist. I'm excited because I just released the new project, Key Reflections. And as of today, Key Reflections is in every platform, Amazon, iTunes, as well as all the streaming services. So whatever your preferred service is, streaming service or either download service, I can finally be in your playlist. If you have Spotify, if you have Apple Music, you have iHeartRadio, I encourage you to please go and download this project, Key Reflections, Aaron Hill. And it's what you hear in the background. And this sparks up a conversation around a couple topics, really. So, number one, we're going into 2020, and I'm excited about this project because I know I've been releasing a lot of content regularly for years now, and a lot of you all tune into that content on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. But the thing that I was lacking was being in your music playlist, like the ones that's right on your phone as soon as you wake up, as soon as you go to listen to morning motivational music or midday music while you're at work, or music when you drive home or in the evening. And so I'm excited because now I'll finally be able to be on those lists. And it's been a long time coming, but this is the first of much music that I'm getting ready to release in this coming season of my life. So you can click the link around this video below or to the side, depending on what platform you're watching on. And that link will take you to a page that will give you the full list of all the streaming services and digital download platforms. And you can just pick from that list and just go ahead and add this to your playlist right away. I think that this music really serves for meditative time, for sleep time, for reflective time, for any kind of quiet time that you need. And I'm just over the top excited about it because of that. So check it out. I really am interested in what you think. There are 9 original tunes on here and 1 cover. And there are 2 bonus tracks at the very end. And I'm joined by my buddy Akil Raphael on Steel Pan. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Everybody's tuning in. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about today with Mood Mondays. Add me to your playlist. Key Reflections, Aaron Hill. Just Google it and let me know what you think. I hope that it really touches you in a peaceful way in your quiet time. The second thing that extends from this is that I'm going into this Key Reflections solo piano and piano serenade season. And so what that means is I'm looking to do a whole lot of solo piano work for you and for people that you know, starting in 2020. Really, I'm taking bookings now. Hey Jacqueline, thanks for hanging out. Who else is here? You Francia, thanks for hanging out. Mr. Ewings, thanks for hanging out. So I am I wanted to put out the information to basically say that I'm available for bookings for this Key Reflections project and concerts, as well as the piano serenade concept that I have. And what I'm looking at, I'll give you a couple scenarios. If you or someone you know has a church or spiritual center, one of the biggest things that I'm looking to do, I'm looking to fill up my calendar. I want you guys to help me to fill up my calendar. 52 weeks of the year. 52 weeks, right? All 52. I'm looking to fill up my calendar with Sunday afternoon piano concerts. I have a proposal and all that kind of thing ready, so you can just shoot me info if you or you know someone else who may be interested, and I'll get that over to you right away. Basically, the concept in a nutshell is a Sunday afternoon concert, usually for most spiritual centers and churches, where like maybe an hour or two right after the service, so that it's convenient for everybody while they're there and everybody is already in attendance, you know, and they might have some light refreshments or something like that in between. And I'm doing 1.5 hour concerts that feature, you know, an hour or so of music, and the rest of the time is, you know, talking and connecting with the audience. And I'll be performing all of these songs from the Key Reflections project. They're all meditative songs that can be used in different environments. And I'm looking to make it where the organizations, community centers, churches, spiritual centers, can do these as free concerts for their people. And I just have a low guarantee. If you shoot me your information, if you're interested, then I'll email that proposal to you, and you can see all the info on there. But I'm pretty much looking to travel around the area here and abroad too, where everything makes sense. So yeah, Key Reflections, solo piano concerts, and mainly I'm looking to do events on Sundays afternoons for different congregations and audiences, and then also private in-home concerts and that kind of thing too. It's something I've been doing for a while, and I'm looking to do that. So if you're interested in a in-home, you know, private concert, by all means, shoot me an email or drop a line to this particular video if you're on the different social media platforms. And yeah, let's fill up this 2020 schedule. I'm really looking to spread the love through music, and as well as to build with the people and create relationships. You know, that's the main thing that it's about for me. And yeah, the piano is the conduit to be able to create lasting relationships and invest in people. As you all know that follow me regularly, I have so much more to offer than just music, and so that's my desire, to continue to pour into people. And speaking of pouring into people, the other concept, well, let me go back and tell you about the event this last Friday, and then I'll tell you about the concept that's coming out of that. So last Friday we had the first GEMS Symposium. I just want to say thank you to everybody that showed up. And GEMS is Giving Everyone My Science. It's basically a symposium that I've been looking to start for a while. It's just based off of my giving nature and how I've always helped people over the years with anything that I knew that I could help them with, any knowledge or information or experience. So kicked off the symposium, and it was really fun pouring into the people. There were ages there from 10 up to 70s. And it was really fun pouring into people because it's like playing genres of music, different genres of music, as I was explaining to the audience. To be able to help different people with different backgrounds, different legacy goals, you know, it was just a blast. So those of you all that weren't there and don't know what I'm talking about, the GEMS Symposium is, you know, basically an event that I've just started, where people come together and where I share all the knowledge and information that I have to help people to build legacy using modern technology, tools, and resources. I'm a person that, you know, since 2006 has been utilizing this device in front of me, this smartphone, and this connection that I'm connecting with you on social media or the internet or email, YouTube, that whole kind of thing, to really create connections, to build a worldwide presence, following, in business. And I never forget in 2006 when I was looking at the internet and I was like, I got to get an email address because, I don't know what this email thing is, and but I got to get on it because it seems like this is the future. And at that point in 2006, I vowed to become a student and practitioner of this modern technology and that kind of thing. And so I've had a passion for that ever since. And when YouTube came out the next year, I jumped on it, and from 2008 to, I really want to say 2015 or so, I created 2,000 videos for YouTube and created a 6-figure business, and it was a worldwide presence and following. And I realized at that point that I had a talent for business and for social media and for just using these modern tools. So now I'm trying to give back as much as possible through my newly created Gems Symposium that I'm looking to do on a quarterly basis for myself. But the reason why I wanted to bring it up here, besides doing a quick recap of the event, was that that's also another service that I'm looking to travel around doing for different organizations. Within different communities, there's a lot of people that have goals, that have their own side businesses, that are entrepreneurs, or they're just hobbyists, or they're just people that's, really interested in leaving a legacy or have a message or product or service to offer. And what I want to do in different settings is to be able to come to a community and to be able to do the GEMS presentation for their community. So if you or anyone that you know, any organization, same thing, churches or community centers, spiritual centers, any kind of group really, that are interested in this information for the people, let me know, because I'm also taking bookings for that as well. And I would love to come and pour out. It's nothing that's more satisfying for me than pouring out to the people and sharing what I know to help others. So that's the second concept. And the event last week, it was great. So there was 2 highlights that I want to tell you about, and then I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. If you're watching live, please drop a line. Let me know how your weekend was and how your Monday is. Oh, and also one more thing too for everybody watching. I'm trying to get as many people as possible to be able to tune into my Mood Monday show. And so in order to do that, one thing I have to do is find out what time is most convenient for you. So if you could, just as kind of like a poll, if you could drop a line when you see this video, drop a line to it by email or on the platform you're on. Drop a line and tell me what time on Monday works for you to be able to tune in. What time frame? Between 7 and 8 p.m., between 12 and 1 p.m., between 10 and 11 a.m. Just drop a line, because I want to take a survey or take a poll and then start doing the broadcast at the time where the most people can tune in. Because it's all about being interactive, and I really want to know how your weekend was and how your Monday was. So 2 highlights from this past weekend's GEMS event. One was that there were 2 10-year-old girls there. Shout out to Donetta Hinton and Nicole Starrett for bringing the kids. Donetta was there. These were her grandchildren, Symphony and Melody, 2 beautiful 10-year-old girls. And their desire and her desire was for them to leave a legacy and to be able to start building, their visibility as far as just their gifts and their talents. They're 2 really talented girls that are into different things like painting and drawing and music and violin and all this kind of stuff. So that was a lot of fun being able to pour into them. And I feel like this is me gauging myself and using how can I put it? Using the audience to be able to gauge the kind of job that I'm doing, how well I'm doing. So as I said, the age range was from 10 all the way up to 70. So I didn't expect to have any kids to come, even though it was open to kids. But one thing, I was thinking about was, when delivering information, you always want to make sure that it's relevant to everyone. So I was really glad to see them there, because it then allowed me to be able to speak about these things in technical terms, but also make it as clear as a bell so that even the youngest children could understand it. And I'm happy to say that they were able to stay. I was able to keep them engaged and tuned in the whole time. I saw a couple times when I said a few things and they kind of looked at me. I'm like, okay, I'm doing well, because if you can break it down to a kid, then everybody can understand it. So it was really good having them there and just pouring into their legacy, pouring into their grandmother's legacy, and that kind of thing. So that was one highlight. The other highlight was with my elder friend, Yusuf Bey. Shout out to Yusuf Bey. And he reminds me a lot of my father. And so he was there in wonderful support, and I really appreciated him and everybody else that was there. But he asked a question at one point, and he looked at me and said, so let me ask you a question. What's the difference between a tag and a hashtag? And for a moment, it was like having my father, to ask me something like that. It was the coolest question in the world, because to see, the elders of my generation be interested in keeping up with the times, be interested in, how they can utilize it to their advantage, as well as just staying in the loop, it was really motivating. And so we paused and had a laugh on that, and I was just grateful for that. And, as I explained it to him, I realized with that, and then with, another subject that I went into around etiquette, around social media etiquette, and just, I felt like, I was explaining this to a friend today, I felt like I could see that I am on the cusp of being a thought leader of the new generation that's teaching the ethics of old, like, manners and respect and, poignancy and consistency and, harmony between people and communication styles and tactics and all that kind of good stuff, in the midst of a new environment, a modern technology environment. And it's something that's been on my mind for a long time. As I've used social media, I've tried to use really good etiquette to be able to build relationships and communicate with people. And I've seen a lot of different things, a lot of bad habits, a lot of things that we wouldn't do in normal conversation or normal interaction that we do on social media. Like, for instance, talking in all caps. So if I started yelling at you at the top of my lungs like this the whole time, in conversation, you would just be like, what's going on with this guy? But yet, we have those kind of things happening on social media that I think, like, as we grow and as we learn how to communicate better, we'll realize that we need to change, we need to alter, we need to get better as far as those things. Or things like, interjecting in conversations, or, spamming people, jumping into conversations that aren't about us and trying to prove a point, or just, doing things that we would know if they happen in real life, or when they happen in real life, it's pretty much understood and pretty obvious that it's not good etiquette or not good manners. So there were a number of topics that I brought up, and I was really happy that, everyone there could really understand what I was saying. I could see it was opening some eyes to some new ways of looking at things. And I think the thing that made me the most proud was having, my elder there and a few other people that are older than me to really give me that validation and approval where they could relate, because these were ethics of their time and that they espoused and they esteemed. And here I am talking about it in a new world and with a new type of modern communication. So I really think, I don't know if this makes sense what I'm saying, but I'm a very intuitive person, and one of the things I realized in that moment was that I'm on the cusp of a conversation that's fairly new, and I'm on the cusp of being an innovator when it comes to this kind of sociology, this kind of psychology work, and that really made me proud. It really made me happy, the thought of that. So one of the things that I'm gonna do, and I keep saying it and saying it to different people. Now I'm saying it to you all, the thousands of people that will see this video. I am going to start doing parody videos, or example videos that'll probably be funny parodies, where it'll demonstrate some of the things that we do on social media that if we were to do that in real life, we would see how funny or how silly it was or how just wild it was. Things like, having a conversation like how we do in an inbox, and then getting to a point where someone asks a question or make a statement or give us a compliment, and we don't say anything back. We just literally drop the conversation and just leave and walk out the room, or just give a thumbs up. This is one that always got to me. I guess I might be by myself on this, but when someone gives you a thumbs up in the midst of a conversation, thanks for the thumbs up, whoever just did that. When someone gives you a thumbs up after you've poured your heart out, you've told them every emotion down to the core of how you feel, and it really, involves a different kind of response than just. So I'm going to actually do a parody. That's probably going to be one of my first parodies that I do, where I have a conversation with someone and they pour out their heart and I listen. I'm a good listener and everything. And then as soon as they're waiting for a deep and thought-provoking answer, I'm just going to go and just walk out. And hopefully, these kind of things that'll be funny, but they'll also show that maybe they'll be thought-provoking as well, and show maybe we do need to develop some different habits when it comes to communicating online, because like it or not, this is the world that we live in now and that we will be living in. This new style of communication, which is still fairly new, even though it's been 10 years or so. It will be part of our lives and a part of future generations' lives. So whether we like it or not, we have to get better as far as our psychology, our sociology, our communication, using these mediums. So I really want to help people with that, and make some suggestions and even show some things that has helped me over time with building a good rapport with people. So yeah, we talked about those kind of things. We talked about tagging, and I told them even I've been guilty of this, and I'm really been working hard to change this. But the concept of tagging, and how people just tag everyone and people that are really not even interested, and it's really rude and what's the word I'm looking for? It's intrusive in a lot of ways, or sending chain messages and inbox messages. And I tell people now, the more exclamation points you put behind a message when you send it to me, the least that I'm going to watch it, because it's too much that you're bombarded with. So anyway, that was one of the many topics that we talked about in the gym symposium. And like I said, as a thought contributor, and hopefully in the future, as I continue on, eventually a thought leader in the movement of modern technology and communication. These are the topics that I'm looking to talk about, for these symposiums. So if you're interested in, like I said, the Key Reflections concert series, I'm looking to book ASAP. My calendar is wide open. I'm starting to get some people that are interested, so I know that it'll be filling up really fast. So if you, as far as a house concert, or if you know an organization like a church or spiritual center that's interested in a Sunday afternoon concert, only an hour and a half, really simple, straightforward, and to the point, please drop me a line, and I'll be looking forward to serve you. Other than that, please add me to your playlist. Go to your favorite music platform of choice, your streaming service of choice, and download this newest project. And if you haven't seen it on YouTube already, I have a special presentation on YouTube where this entire album is laid out in one video to the backdrop of at least 6 music videos that's from this project. So they're all there. You can check that out on my channel, Aaron Hill TV. It's just called Key Reflections Full Album, and it has music videos there for you to watch. So I'm really interested to see what you think. And other than that, drop me a line. Let me know if anything I said today was of interest to you or helpful. And I hope to talk to you all very soon. Drop a line, because I respond to all comments, and much love to you. Talk to you soon. Peace.